Don't Panic is a comedy podcast. The host and their guests are in no way experts, and they make absolutely no effort to sound like they are, though I might. Occasionally, they might give some sound advice, but I wouldn't take their word for it. These people are not to be trusted.
Stop trusting me!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Don't Panic, the Bad Advice Podcast. I'm Brandon Calderon, and my favorite thing about fall is hockey, which has a lot of white people beating up on other white people. Chris, what's your favorite thing about hockey?
About hockey?
I mean fall, but fall is hockey. Hockey is fall, let's be honest
Right,
here.
they're the same thing.
One and
White
the
girls
same.
love hockey, right?
Yes.
They embrace pumpkin spice hockey.
Well, then why don't I have a girlfriend?
That's a good question.
All right, go on.
No, favorite thing about fall? I don't have anything about fall.
You don't have a favorite
Pants.
thing about fall?
Pants. I like pants. I want to wear
Uh,
pants again.
You want to? You sick and tired of wearing your shorts?
Yep.
Yeah, those are awfully short there. Those are awfully short there, buddy. All right, and with us, we have our first guest of the podcast. We are so stoked. He's someone that we both love, and he is our funniest friend. No joke. Like, all of our other friends might get offended by that statement, but hey, it's true. Okay?
What are you going to do about it?
We have with us Chance Espinoza, the lead singer and founder of Sounds of Satellites.
That's a true story.
That it is, Chance. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself? What's your favorite thing about fall?
Let's see. My favorite thing about fall, I agree with Chris. I like wearing long pants. Real
How long?
pants. You know, at least touching my shoes. And
Okay,
then,
yeah.
and I don't know. I feel like I bleach in the sun, and so to be able to wear long sleeves is a real big advantage for me.
That's good, yeah.
You bleach in the sun?
I bleach. I get
You get
whiter.
whiter?
I
Okay.
get whiter.
Just
Yeah.
checking.
Speaking of
I look like the
bleached.
moon on a hot day. That's what.
So, Chance, you guys all know the routine. We're the Bad Advice Podcast. We're here to help. And so we do that by you guys send us your emails, you send us your tweets, and by that I mean we search for tweets online that people have no idea who we are, and we just offer unsolicited advice because that's the best kind of advice.
Well, if they're asking for it, then it is solicited.
Exactly. That's their.
It's true.
Well, I mean,
Solicitation means.
it's unsolicited from us is the perspective.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. As long as they can agree to.
I
I'm
didn't
an
mean to
idiot.
derail things so early.
No, it's-
I was gonna wait until about the 15-minute mark, and then it's just gonna go downhill.
That would
Staying true to your character, Chance. I appreciate it.
Yeah, pretty much.
always the first to
At the
derail.
4-minute mark.
Yeah.
Loving it.
So why don't we actually? You know what? Why don't we start with a personalized email, one that's specifically for you.
right.
This person asks, "You are known for being a sharp dresser, Chance. So I must ask, who are you wearing?"
I'm wearing a Jehovah's Dior. It's similar to Christian Dior, but you know, with more emphasis on the Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
I'm wearing him, and I'm also wearing Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah.
May I ask what article of clothing that might be?
I don't really like to talk about my
okay.
flair. No.
I respect
No.
that. I respect your privacy.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So, another question. When I heard someone named Chance was going to be on the podcast, I had to ask, if someone makes a lame joke about your name,
Be careful here.
how is well, then it's okay. How is the best way to respond? I find it difficult to think of a response. Please help. Signed, Another Chance in Need.
So basically, you're asking how should you respond if somebody makes one of the worst jokes in the world to your face about you?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
That's what it sounds like.
One thing I like to say is that is a joke. Is just to just let them know that I agree. But I think the better thing to
that's
do
good.
would probably be to laugh like really hard and just be like, oh my gosh, like and kind of be like just flabbergasted. And that's my word of the day.
That's good.
And just just give them a lot of credit for the joke, and then they'll probably feel really dumb, and then
yeah.
that's when you can really lay it on.
It's good.
That's
set them up for the
excellent.
fall. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
That's good. That's
They get
good.
to see them like, hey, oh, I love your creativity. It's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I think the best thing to do would just give him a punch right square in the stomach.
It's awfully violent.
No, it's
Well, it's meant to be like a loving punch in the stomach. Like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, probably don't do this again.
That's good.
Yeah.
just don't test me.
Okay, a Reddit user asks, you have 24 hours to permanently leave your name in the history books. What do you do? 24 hours.
24 hours to leave my name in the history books.
Yeah, just like to make a mark on society, for better or for worse.
Every single time it says, every time I'm gonna take a specific history book, and every single time it mentions FDR, I'm gonna write my name in there. So that's what I'm gonna do to get my name in the history books in 24 hours. I could probably do that in 20. I could do it in a couple of books for 24 hours.
You could probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
you
go to the
manage that.
Library of Congress, get like a master copy of history, because I know they got one of those lying around. I'd
Yeah.
find FDR's name.
The master copy of history.
And I'll tell you, if there's like I don't know if it'd be a physical copy. If it's physical, I guess I'll just use an eraser or some whiteout. But but if it were on a computer, I could easily just spotlight search it and then just
Yeah.
just
replace
all
with.
occurrences of FDR.
yeah.
You're good.
So I am now FDR. That would be ideal.
I can refer to you as that if you wish.
You know, I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
Well, let's try it on
Alright.
for size. Chance FDR Espinosa.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll workshop.
Okay, good. So, Twitter asks, I think it's Barionce.
Barry Hansen.
That's awesome.
What are you going to do with that big fat butt?
What am I gonna do with which big fat butt?
Okay, two
Oh,
scenarios.
okay,
Two scenarios.
two scenarios.
It's your big fat butt.
I want to hear what Chris would do with my big fat butt.
Chris, what would you do with Chance's big fat butt?
That's what I want to know.
That's a really good question. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I would probably try it on for size. I really just get a feel for that. Kind of take a walk in your shoes, metaphorically there.
Yeah.
Gonna see how
Take a
living-
walk in my trousers.
your trousers. Yeah. See how living Chance FDR Espinosa feels like.
Yeah.
What?
If I were FDR, the trousers would feel a little different. Or they wouldn't feel it.
Maybe not.
Oh, man.
That's my answer to that.
Well, here's something.
Yeah.
You know what I would do if I had to do something with that booty?
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably just give it a nice compliment and be on my way.
Send it on its way. Yes.
Nice. What fictional character do you want to hug? Like, which one do you think deserves a good hug?
Oh man, I'm thinking that I'd like to hear your answer first, Brandon. I'd like to hear what you'd like to hug.
Okay.
So I got to get my noggin going.
I think that Tobias Funke could use just a nice hug. He looks like a man who's been through the ringer,
Yeah.
has a lot of self-discovery to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks like he's just a man who's just gone and he just blew it.
Yeah, but does he know he blew it? I don't know that about him.
I'm fairly certain that he's aware he blew it.
I don't know, Brandon. I think that would be a little therapy. Might be a little therapy of a hug. You might just putting it out there.
Well, that's the point. Hugs can provide great
Yeah.
free.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Chance?
Oh man, what fictional character would I like to give a big fat hug to?
With or without your big
I
booty?
feel like Droopy would be pretty fun. Just have his
Yes.
folds all over me. That'd be a good time. It
Yes.
just feels like, I don't know.
That's
like, I
good.
know that's not that creative, but that feels like a good one.
like you're warm and secure.
But I think
Oh, yeah.
probably the best one to give a hug to of all time, and he's not fictional, but if I could give one person a hug, would be Mr. Rogers. I think he's probably
Yes.
the best hugger of all time.
Oh, just snuggle up to that
You're-
cardigan.
Probably right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be his neighbor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. That'd be a great hug.
That's fantastic.
He's probably a talented hugger.
Well, for me here,
Yeah.
when you guys are Christian, so you've seen the Chronicles of Narnia necessarily.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see
okay.
where you're going.
Yeah. So that scene, I believe, in the first one or maybe the second one, I don't really know.
I'm sorry.
Nobody
Did
really
you say
does.
you were a fan of the Chronicles of Narnia?
I said that I
Casual
have,
browser.
I
Hold on.
have seen them.
Hold on. Can we just agree right now that the books are way better than the movies?
They are actually.
yes,
I
of
read through
course.
them.
I know they are, but I'm just being like standard person.
No, I
Standard person.
I picked
Having
up
to
on
give
it. I was
books.
just playing along.
Not even devil's advocate, just
And then
standard
this
person.
No, standard.
Okay. Well, I agree with standard person,
Okay.
but I would love to hug Aslan. Just
Oh.
watching like
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of
Holy
the
crap, yeah.
female characters, and
That's-
just give him a nice hug right there.
That'd
That's
be
a
huge
furry
deal.
friend right there.
And like he's,
Snuggle.
Jesus, so
Snuggle
he's not
time.
going to eat you.
He is Jesus allegory lion.
Yeah.
Like we all know that.
Oh, I
JAL.
changed my answer.
Okay.
Fictional character I would hug. I would most definitely hug Hannibal Lecter because it seems like maybe that's the missing link. You know, like you see him.
Just needs a hug.
Sometimes he'll help. Sometimes, you know.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? Maybe like that's the real like impulse, not like the cannibalism. What if it's like the real impulse is like, oh, I just really want to hug, but nobody's hugging me, so maybe I'll just, you know, roast some people
People.
jerky, you know, or you know,
Okay, so you're hugging Hannibal Lecter,
yeah.
and it's nice, but it seems like it's going on like for a little too long, and then you realize he starts nibbling on your ear. How do you respond?
I'd take that as a sign of affection for sure.
Yeah.
Because like that's a thing, you know. People like
Not a
"Oh,"
sign that
you know,
you're his
nibble on your ear,
confection.
"Oh," you know, that's a thing.
That's
It's
good.
I'd
Yeah.
be flattered. I mean, I wouldn't reciprocate, but I'd be flattered.
You wouldn't? You wouldn't do him the honor of
Well, no.
I wouldn't
reciprocating?
nibble his ear.
Okay. Email. If I'm out late, say past midnight, where is the best place to get delicious food that's very bad for me? And should I go for drive-through or dine in? Please answer soon. Signed, I'm hungry.
Ace Hardware.
Explain?
They have a great selection of you know unhealthy food.
In that it's not food.
Pretty sure like it'll destroy your insides.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Get some lead-based paint.
That's what you're
Oh,
always after.
Yeah.
You're never gonna complain for being hungry.
yeah,
Ever
exactly.
again.
And put it in with some glass, like put it in a blender, put some glass
Yeah.
in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a good spot.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
wait,
good.
did you say late night? Oh, they close early.
Yeah,
They do. That's a drawback.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a 24 hours one in Medford, Oregon. I'm pretty sure there's one there.
A lot of late night home improvement
Yeah,
going on down there.
Yeah, it's
Up there.
Oregon likes their home improvement.
Oh, they do.
You can make that drive out there, and don't worry, they'll still be open.
Yeah, totally.
That's good. Chris, where would you recommend for late night eats that are bad for you?
Late night eats that are bad for you. Any place that has bread, grain, I don't care. I'll take it all. Donuts, bagels, waffles,
Ooh,
pancakes.
Mm.
If it's open 24 hours, it's got to have some sort of like breakfast, post dinner food, and that's kind of the perfect thing.
Just anything made out of batter.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
Deep fried pancakes.
Oh, dang it. I had one response and then suddenly it multiplied to 3. Okay. First and foremost, best place, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Oh, it's so good. You get that chicken with that waffle, get some hot sauce on it,
Are they
or maybe
open
like
that
some
late?
maple syrup. I don't know. They will be.
They will be now.
I'll just break in. I'll just use their fryer. It's so good. It's worth it. It's worth getting
It's worth the
arrested.
jail time.
And on that note,
I once watched a guy play a bass guitar outside of a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles through a tiny amp, and he was dialing in his settings for this like flanger effect that was making it go like wham, 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 wham. And it was just him. It was amazing.
that's great.
I just had to let that out. I
That's
just had to
so
let that
good.
out, yeah.
Oh, all right.
So I think we should all answer this, but I want Chance to go first here.
Okay.
I have some guy friends who might like girls.
Mm.
Any dating advice for them?
Man, that's a broad question.
It is.
No, I don't think you guys are hearing me right now. What I'm trying to say is that that's a very vague question.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But I would say dating advice for you. Date all of them. That's it.
All of them.
I'm gonna say all. No, not just all the ones you're interested in. All the girls.
All of the girls.
Date all of them. Honestly, I'm probably the authority on this subject.
Yes.
I would say so. Yeah.
I'd say, you know what you do. You take one girl. You go. You don't tell her where you're going. Right. You pick her up. And then you drive to a really dark section off the side of the toll road.
I
all
like
right?
where this is
Hear
going.
me out. And you open her car door and go, "We're here." And she'll go like, "What?" And probably out of confusion, still step out of the vehicle. And you go, "Okay, now close your eyes." And then just kind of use your imagination after that. You can do whatever you want. But I think that's a good start.
Wow.
That's
Possibilities are endless
Yeah.
at that point.
Really, it's up to you. You know, it's choose your own adventure.
Really, you get to see how creative she really is, or how creative you really are.
Yeah, so do I even like this girl? You know?
Like, could I survive stranded here for like an hour?
Yeah. Or you just say, all right, let's get back in the car. I mean, it's up to you, but I think it's just a good way to break the old ice, you know?
That's good.
Make sure you don't drown in the broken ice.
Hey, she could say it's the most unique date she's ever gone on.
Yeah. Or you could just be like, hey, here's, a sack of potatoes. Let's just see if we can't make something. You know, I don't know. It doesn't have to be a sack of potatoes. That's just where my mind went. Yeah.
All right.
Brandon.
Chris, how do you know?
Oh.
Chris, your turn. How do you tackle the situation?
How to tackle that? All right. I really love what Chance said at the beginning of date all the girls.
all of 'em.
I really I feel for that. I resonate with that. And so being on a Christian campus, I can see that's very prevalent and true.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, it's super easy. It just I mean, when you're here, it's like, hey, why do I need discernment or to think about anything? If you're cute, I'm kind of cute. We should kind of make this work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it happen
Yeah.
multiple times on college campuses in general. And then after you're like, hey, you know what? There's another one. On to the next one. Which is really sad until you get stabbed in a dark alley.
Yeah.
That took a dark turn. All right.
That's when she takes my advice and then takes you to that spot and uses her imagination.
Which unfortunately involves
So don't let that happen.
stabbing
You have to take initiative on that
You
one.
do have to take initiative.
If I may, I'd like to answer on behalf of Brandon.
Oh, please,
Oh,
please,
crap.
yes.
If I were Brandon answering this question, I would say, take to Twitter,
Yes.
find a good, solid, Violent Gentleman post. Violent Gentleman being the T-shirt company,
It still hurts.
and then offer to take a girl on a date that subsequently bails on you hardcore
Hardcore.
I would
and
do
makes you
that.
spend $60 to go to this event alone.
By yourself.
And I tried to like pawn off the ticket too. Like I tried like getting someone like it's like okay crap she bailed on me and I tried pawning off the ticket to like Chance to Chris to a whole bunch of buddies. Absolutely no one could go. So here I arrive at this event. Here I arrive, and there's this guy that I had talked to on a couple occasions. He was like, dude, we're so stoked that you guys are gonna be like the first like people that we've ever set up on a date. It's a Violent Gentleman Connect. There's no way it can go wrong. Gonna get you some stuff, and it's gonna be sick. You guys are gonna have the best time. I'm gonna end up being married. And I was like, hey, I believe that. And then, so I have to walk up to him and say, yeah, she didn't make it. And he just like has this look where everything that he said sounded like, oh, hey, it's all good, man. But that look in his eyes was like, you screwed this up. You screwed this up. Screwed it up for yourself. Screwed it up for me. Now I look like an idiot.
This was going to be a whole thing on our site. We were going to say, we were going to start a new tab on our webpage that said Violent Gentleman Connections. And Brandon's face was going to be the teeming poster boy. And you blew it.
You
Yeah,
blew it.
I blew it because I blew
Because
it.
you blew it because she bailed.
Yep.
That's on me.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, but now they do have a new tab. Go to violentgentleman.com/Brandon is a complete idiot. And it's just a bunch of hate. And
It's just a bunch of hate.
that's okay.
fine, though.
It's still a great clothing company. Whatever.
So I'm going to open this up to either of you. Now, this tweet simply says, what's the best thing about?
You know, that's my bad. I didn't copy the full tweet.
Wow.
I've been staring that
okay.
in the face and like, when I say this, I'm gonna have to remember. The real tweet is,
I know what it. No. Let me answer this question.
Yeah,
I
no,
get the
Brandon, this
question.
is true.
What's the best thing about? Well, the best thing is about it's about a guy and a girl. All right, and they
Simple.
end up like kind of serendipitously running into each other after knowing each other for years. Like in that they've been in passing, but they've never actually known each other. It stars Kate Hudson.
"Ooh, nice, good selection,
choice.
And Ryan Reynolds,
Oh,
interesting
perfect.
duo.
perfect casting."
But there's a third guy. Ryan Reynolds is the lead, but here's the deal.
Oh, no.
The lead is not actually the guy she ends up with.
oh,
Sneaky.
Ooh, so there's a little bit of a cameo later on with the guy that she ends up with.
Now I
Little
gotta
hint,
know.
True Detective. So
Oh.
yeah, it's just a romantic comedy out in the summer of 2016. It should be a good thing.
that should be a good.
I'm looking forward to it.
The best thing. That's what it's called. The best thing.
I'm looking forward to that film. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question from Reddit. You completely forgot about the TED Talk you have to deliver in a couple minutes. What topic can you bolt about for 10 to 20 minutes as an expert on?
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch. Like, there's some in the middle that like a word cut out or something.
Okay, let me try again. You completely forgot about the TED Talk you have to deliver in a couple minutes. What topic can you bolt about for 10 to 20
okay, I
minutes
got
as
it.
an expert on?
I got it now. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like, hey, Chris, you got something for this? I feel like you're a pretty good TED talker.
Oh, I appreciate that. All my vast experience of TED Talking. Let's see here. With little to no prior studying or anything like that, I would say medical science.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you can fake advances
you got it.
fairly easily.
Yeah. Surgery, not a problem. Examples, I got plenty.
Please.
Yeah.
See
Hit
my
me
arm?
with one. Just
Look
hit
at
me
it.
with one.
Literally, hit me with one. I'll show you the body. I'll show you.
Show me the
show
body.
you the
Okay.
Show me the body that you operated on and ended up in a ditch somewhere. Show me that body.
Okay, I've got this
We don't
scar
talk
right
about that one
here.
anymore.
I've got this scar right here. Why don't you talk about that?
Brandon, obviously it's a scar. What are you asking questions about?
I thought you said you could be.
An expert about it? Oh, well,
Yeah.
obviously, Brandon, that's a scar.
Here's what I'm
I'm
going to
expert.
say.
Oh,
Here's what
my
I'm gonna
word.
say.
Diagnosing that as a scar.
All right. I feel like I could do a TED talk fairly easily about my cousin.
Right.
Because, I mean, we grew up together. And
Yeah.
so I think I could fake that fairly easily. And, you know, tell some stories about us when we were kids, like when, like, we were playing a stickball in the lot, and a couple people were throwing dice in the alley, and I had hit a home run, and Teddy went into the alley, and he goes, "Hey, sorry, could we get our ball back?" And then they gambled, and I joined the game and sold it. That was hilarious. We had a good laugh about that, like 15 years later when he came back home. Yeah. That's just an example of what I would talk about in the TED Talk. It would just
Right.
be like
No, that's
like
great.
little anecdotes and
That's a good example. Like, would you have like baby pictures and little like kid pictures as well? Maybe.
yeah, but they would be like pie charts. So like his baby face would be the face of the pie chart, and I would have like I would have graphics
Like statistics on like what he did as a child.
yeah, and just like his general attitude and how many times I had to adjust it.
That's good.
How did you go about adjusting his attitude?
You know, I sold him once.
Kind of does it.
good-
Kind of works.
Yeah,
It's a one time deal.
he became president, so
That's
Must have
great.
worked out.
did something right.
All right. Well, we're gonna continue on here. I'm gonna go for another Reddit question.
All right, let's.
And Brian, I'm gonna direct this towards you first.
all right.
If you died, what loot would you drop?
Ooh, that's a good question. What kind of loot would I drop? Well, if I died, it would be very deceptive. It would look like I'm dropping a legendary engram or no. You know what? Actually, it would be legendary. It would be like have some of the best stats that you'd ever seen. But every time that you fire that gun, it would scream. Like it would just start shouting, just like, and it would be so annoying. And that's how you win your firefights.
Would it be called the Miami Dolphins?
No,
Get out.
No, because
Get
no,
out.
No, it wouldn't because they would lose every firefight.
What's up?
I quit. Thank you for listening to the final episode of Don't Panic, the Bad Advice podcast. I officially hate Chris Miles and Chance Espinosa is butthole.
Chance Espinosa is butthole.
Is butthole.
If you've been wondering who butthole is, it's Chance Espinosa.
Now it's been clearly defined.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right.
Well, Chance,
so,
dial back the nerd a bit. Well, how do you answer this question?
How would I answer what question?
The
like,
question-
okay, someone. Let's say you got shot down.
I got shot down.
Bang bang.
Let's say, okay, you got shot down. What kind of loot do you drop? What kind of goods do you drop for the scavengers?
Okay, I would leave no money. $0. I give you a hell of a jacket,
You
Nice. You would.
would. I
That's
mean,
true.
this is just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
and then probably some pesos or something, like some like money in it.
Because
like,
pesos
but-
aren't money.
No, but like a denomination that you couldn't spend in the country that you're at.
There you
That's
go.
good.
So like if you're in America, I'd
Yen.
give you pesos,
Some
or if you were
sweet yen.
in Mexico, I'd give you, I don't know, like 6 pence. I don't know.
6 months.
All right, Chris, your
There
turn.
you go. All right. I would probably drop a keyblade. That's
You better not
obscure
drop that
reference.
keyblade. You better not. That's a valuable blade.
That is an incredibly
Very
valuable
valuable.
blade. What theme would it be?
What's it? Halloween.
Oh, of course.
It would be
Wait,
Halloween Town
no,
themed.
mine would be Halloween.
Fine. Mine would be Oathkeeper.
It's okay. Would
I
yours
keep
be?
my oaths, Brandon.
Would yours be the Halloween variant or the Christmas meets Halloween variant from Kingdom Hearts 2?
Oh, that's okay. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go with the original Halloween.
That's okay. I'll take the Christmas one.
Okay, with the candy
Christmas
cane.
2 Electric
The candy.
Boogaloo.
And I'll take the Easter one. It's got the blood of Christ all over it.
It's going in. That's going in. Oh, okay. All right. Oh. Yeah.
Next question, Brandon.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Great.
This one's directly to Chance.
Okay.
I need to ask a good friend of mine to be a groomsman at my wedding, but this guy and I never seem to have a chance to meet up and chat due to our schedules. He's going to be a guest on a comedy advice podcast this week, and I thought maybe I could send an email asking him to be my groomsman over the air. Is this a good idea, or would this be a major faux pas? Signed, Matt.
Wow. First of all, I want to say Matt. Matt what? What last name?
It actually just
I mean-
says Matt. P.S.
I mean-
don't show Chance this before the recording.
That's useless. No. First of all, Matt, I'm offended. I'm absolutely offended that you'd think that I would even say no. Of course I'm going to be your groomsman, you dope. Thank you so much. That's an honor. But I will say this. You better let me say some stuff. At that wedding, you better let me say some things.
Oh, heck yes.
And here's our photo speech of the night by Trent Espinosa.
If he didn't sign with his name, I was going to put it on Chris.
Yeah, I'm definitely engaged.
Yeah, so my answer's of course, Matt. I'm crying.
Good too.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
that went well.
I don't know about that either.
I'm going to take a stab at that question saying, hey, my name's not Chance. And yeah, that would be a major faux pas. No, that's okay. I'm already.
Can we
groomsman.
define faux pas real quick? So faux pas, it's like
It's a fake pas.
real quick. It's a faux pas is when you have some sort of like a situation, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Like for
so
example,
like a girl.
for example, a girl. You have this situation, and she
Is a girl call situation, or is it just a situation about
no,
a
she
girl?
just it's a situation.
Okay.
It's
Girls
just a
are
situation. So you have a
situations, Chris.
situation,
My
and
mistake.
and she's just like, hey, whatever.
This one just got sent in live. Someone knows that we're recording. Dear Don't Panic, I am a 40-year-old pastor who has 4 children. all I've known for the last decade is having 3 beautiful daughters where everything is princesses and girly. 3 years ago, I got my first boy. Finally, someone I could be rough with, watch sports, and talk about Boba Fett falling into the Sarlacc pit every day. I have been accused by my wife and several others on many occasions that I have favoritism for the boy. Should I go out of my way to fight this perception, or just go all in and actually favor my only son?
I think,
Signed,
of course, your son is your favorite because sons are better.
Objectively speaking.
China as a nation has figured this out. So how are we so far behind? You look at their economy; they got some stuff figured out. I mean, like China's got their act together, at least in this area.
They probably
So I'm
own-
gonna say
financially, yes. I'll agree
what
with
was
you.
the name? Did he give a name or was it anonymous? Was it? It was.
Feeling super in OC.
Yeah, that's garbage. That's not his real name. Nobody's name is that. Nobody's name is Feeling Super in OC. In all seriousness, you have way more in common with the boy than the girl, so it's obvious that you're gonna look like you favor him because you like. Typically, you'll like the same things.
Right. Like you'll like, soiling yourself in your diaper.
Yeah, or like throwing food at the woman of the house's face.
Toppling over chairs and
And
breaking your favorite toys.
That's not I'm in no way a misogynist. All right, I want to make that
Okay.
clear. I
Okay.
am not a misogynist. Okay,
You're not a
I
masseuse?
give credit where credit is due,
That's good.
That's true.
and women can cook well.
They can.
I'm so done.
Collectively, as a whole.
Here's what I'm gonna say. No,
You know what? With the girls, you're going to have that, daddy-daughter type stuff later on in life. Daddy-daughter dates and scare their first boyfriend into never returning to the house. Like, you're going to have your moments with them. So they'll get their share. But their share is only a portion of the time that you have. You got to raise that boy right. And that, you see, it takes a few people to raise a girl right, but it takes a village to raise a man.
yeah. How
And
many?
that's what this is
how many
about.
times a day are you hitting him?
How frequently?
Like this isn't for you to actually. This is just to knock it around your noggin. This is just a nice question to think about on a daily basis. How many times have I hit my son today? And just kind of think about that for a little while.
Just question yourself.
Just give it a little thought.
Yeah, consider it. Again, if you could have 3 pounds of food in front of you right now, what would it be?
I would say an unslaughtered pig. I know it's more than 3 pounds, but I'd like to start from scratch with this one.
That's very commendable of you, and I can appreciate the fact that you want to know how your meal is fully prepared
Yeah,
from the beginning.
I want to make sure that it's slaughtered humanely by being put in my garage while I run the car for a little while. I really want to roast that pig,
Get some exhaust going before you can.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want.
Perfect. If I got 3 pounds of food right now, it would probably be sushi or anything bread.
That's a
Bread
buttload
related.
of sushi.
It is
3 pounds of sushi?
It'd be so good. Though.
That's just like a salmon with some rice on top. That's crazy.
way. If I could have one giant roll just in front of me and have everyone in the restaurant walk by and stare at it and be like, "Who is this 20-year-old man doing? What is he doing?" You'd be like, I don't care that I'm white in this Japanese restaurant. I'll eat this giant sushi roll.
Yeah.
This is how Americans do
I don't
things.
know why race had to come
We
into
jumbo
it.
sized it.
but- All right, let's talk about some more stuff.
All right. So Twitter, some people are asking with hashtag need advice, our official hashtag as of 2 seconds ago.
We're claiming it.
Taylor Farisi asks, what shall I be for Halloween this year? I never have an outfit. Hashtag not my thing. Hashtag need advice. Hashtag help. Hashtag costumes. Hashtag crazy. Well, I think she answered it right there. She's crazy.
Yeah.
So what?
I think you should get 2 people and be the human centipede.
I'm gonna lie, I saw that going.
You won't need a very extravagant costume. You'll just need some, a sewing needle, some thread, and
The high pain
you know,
tolerance.
and just
no.
minor garments if you'd like to be, modest.
If you want to be topical, though, there's a new adaptation, a new take on that. You can still get 2 people together, and be Tusk from
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Smith's new film Tusk, in which a man is transformed into a human walrus abomination. And so, you just, again, it involves a lot of sewing, a lot of pain, a lot of life changing, and just be a man walrus, or sorry, a she walrus. You're a lady, I assume. Wait,
Artistically
Twitter
speaking.
bio says art, fashion, fitness, UND, whatever that means. Shopping, jewelry,
University of North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
That's not true.
Crafts, glitter.
Probably Notre Dame.
So it goes from periods to exclamation marks here. Glitter, bling, TV show, Friends, Pretty Little Liars, white collar. Okay, it's a girl.
For sure a guy.
For sure, guy. I like all of those things.
Yeah.
So
That's like, are you sure that's not just my account?
Well, Chance, you do partake in Pretty Little Liars, right? Or at least some of it.
I've seen the first season finale was one of my favorites that I've ever seen. Second season finale was all right. I was hoping for a little more there, but yeah, I'm a little behind right now. But yeah, I'm more of a Gossip Girl kind of guy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I really go after the storylines. When Regina returns, every single season.
Yeah.
Regina
also,
George?
When also that one time when Chuck Bass and Blair Waldorf are like do or die every season, or when Serena says, "Oh, I'm done with boys for the summer," and she's not every single season.
consistency is highly valued here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At Annalise Tibli says, #need advice. So I like this guy, but this girl won't leave him alone when I'm around. And he's already told me he don't like her. Help?
Here's what you do.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of something called an ice pick?
As in the tool used for like mountain climbing?
No, for
Is that what it's
lobotomies.
for?
I thought it was for lobotomies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's more-
I apologize.
So you take the ice pick, right? And just use your imagination. You could go over to her house, knock on her door with the pickaxe.
Of course.
Okay, John.
And or the ice pick. I apologize. Just knock on the door with it, and then when she comes to the door, just kind of hold it, and just bring up the guy casually, like, "Hey, this guy, like, I don't know. I mean, I know him too, but and just really sell that ice pick.
But never mentioning it, just holding
Yeah,
it
just
right
hold
there.
it during the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Is that an ice pick? Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, you could do that,
That's good.
or just poison her.
Oh, are you practice swinging that? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just poison her.
New tweet from Brianna Laria. Am I a selfish #cat owner if I know my kitten would benefit from a friend, but just can't bring myself to own two? #kitten, #cat mom, #need advice.
Here's the deal: cats don't care about anything.
True.
So if you get that cat another cat, it literally means nothing to that cat
Whether you come
because
home or
they
not,
don't have feelings.
cares not.
Like, don't hurt cats. Abuse is dumb.
Abuse is not okay.
So don't hurt the cat, but it doesn't care. So don't hurt the cat. It doesn't care though. Like Taylor Swift's relationship with me. Like I've been, we've been corresponding and
Oh, yeah.
and like she's been so actively not responding that it seems like she really, really is upset with me right now. Like I think she cares a lot
Oh, okay.
because she's so effectively not reaching back to me.
And she must care so much because she's so upset about it.
Yeah, she's talking in interviews like, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing stuff," and I'm just like, you could at least say like I've been corresponding with this like really cool guy, but she doesn't.
Doesn't. Oh, she leaves you hanging. All right, so a good story from last week. Everyone around this area loves Buffalo Wild Wings because there's like 4 within 3 miles of
No
this campus.
exceptions, right?
No. Objectively, everyone loves them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we had this wonderful thought, like, oh hey, it's Thursday night. We're gonna get on this boneless discount action. So we called in the order. They're like, hey, it's gonna be about 25 minutes. And we're like, all right, that's cool. So we did a few errands on the way to Brea, and then hopped on over there about a half hour. And I leave my roommate in the car. He hangs out, parks his car, but he can't find a parking spot 'cause it's crowded. So he just kind of hangs out.
Classic.
Classic. So I walk in there, go to the takeout area, and I'm like, hey, I have an order for Chris. And they're like, oh, cool, this is your order? I'm like, yeah, great. They swipe my card, and I'm like, awesome. They're like, oh, I'll be right out. Cool, right? You're expecting probably like 15 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's fast forward about an hour and a half.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
What
this-
happened an hour and a half later?
Hour and a half later, I'm making friends with the manager. And I'm like, hey, man, I've been here for like an hour and a half. I've put the call in about like hour and 45 ago. Like,
Wow.
come on, man. I've been sitting here. Nothing's happening. What's the deal? So he really graciously explains to me, hey, our system went down. We have a new system, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I get it. I understand that. I worked
get
in
it.
food service. It makes sense. Like, it happens sometimes. It just happens. So I'm being nice to the guy instead of doing the typical, like, I'm going to stab you and kill your family because
Yeah.
my food is late, which
Yeah.
is kind of the other lingering thought in
And
my
you'd
head.
be justified
You honestly
in that.
you're hungry. It's 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. You expected to eat at like 9:30.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't eaten in at least 6 hours. You're probably starving to death.
I'm probably already half dead at that point. So made good friends with him. I was like, hey man, I get it. It's all good. Cool. He's like, all right man, I'm gonna hook you up right now. So he walks back to the kitchen. He takes down my order again because when my system went down, they lost orders. But they
Oh, I
didn't tell
gotcha.
me that.
Ah,
They let me sit there and wallow in hunger.
yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah. So I'm just hanging out, and I'm like, all right, cool. He comes back, and he has these like giant boxes of wings for me. And he like shows them to me. He's like all this stuff, like fries and onion rings, stuff like that. I didn't even order this. And then he's showing it to me, and I was like, hey man, like I said they were boneless.
Oh
Ew.
no, you did not.
I did.
You did not.
I did. So I'm the villain in the story, just to let you guys know.
Yeah, you're the villain. I don't think you gotta let anybody else know that. I think we're fully aware.
I'm more telling myself. I'm
When
reminding
the Joker
myself.
blows up a hospital, we know he's the villain. Like,
All right. So the ending of the story, he then goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then he leaves. We go back to the kitchen, brings out more food, and I walk out with 3 times the order of what I ordered.
well,
So
that's, sometimes the pirate gets his booty.
I got my booty that time.
You got
that
to
night.
you got to pillage Buffalo Wild
I
Wings.
did. They handled it really well, and I'm excited to actually go back probably
That's
this
cool.
Thursday or next Thursday.
Well, that's an invite from Christopher Milas.
Good luck finding me.
Christopher Evelyn Milas, and he's gonna take you out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Any ladies listening, that's an open evite.
Is it?
Because it happened on the internet.
Yep.
And-
Anything on the internet is true.
Yeah.
Everything.
So
Sure.
okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys for some advice real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna ask you guys for some advice. So the other day, I was thinking to myself, hey, I might just I was thinking of ordering a bunch of what is it, Omaha steaks,
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of those big old things, Omaha steaks, and I was like, oh, you know what? No, I'll just go to NorCal, kill myself a cow, and
Right.
that'll be way fresher.
Absolutely.
And I'm not wrong there. I know. I've
No,
done
not at all.
research.
Yeah,
killing,
you're right.
killing a cow will get you fresher meat than ordering meat will get you.
This is true.
Yep.
But with that said, what's the best process? Like, what kind of vehicle should I use? Like, I'm a little. I was gonna just take my car, but I don't know. Do I need like a pickup truck? Should I? I guess the best question is, should I chop it up before I come back, or should I leave it?
Milk truck. Milk truck. No one will
Yeah.
ask you any questions.
You're
Here's what you
absolutely
do. Here's what you do. You plan this in advance. You order like a milk delivery, but you just get like a small little sampling.
Yeah.
And so, not the first week because that'd be too suspicious, but
Mm-hmm.
the second week that you have your milk delivered, you make a special request that the guy come up to the door and deliver it, and then you just crouch behind the shrubbery and just wait, and then just clobber him over the head, just and then steal his milk duds, like
Yeah, yeah.
his
His
clothing,
milk duds,
his
yeah.
milkman duds, and take the cart, take it up north. You've got a good 6 hours before he wakes up, and
That's good.
that way, it's refrigerated, it's cold, and you have a refreshing beverage if you get thirsty along the way.
That's true.
Wow. All right, guys, because we have Chance in the studio today, we're going to try a new segment. That new segment is called Context. Now, what the whole point of this game is we're going to give you a famous quote. And from that famous quote, you're going to defend the context around it from the point of view of the person who has said that quote.
I like it.
So let's try one on for size. Confucius say, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Defend the quote, Chance.
Basically, I was having trouble. Confucius here. I was having trouble with a lady, and she's all like saying all this stuff. I'm like, oh, she's so complicated. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what her needs are. She keeps saying her needs, and it turned out she just wanted me to buy her stuff. So, listen, life is simple. Don't make it complicated. Just buy her some stuff.
All right, Chance. If you live long enough, you'll make mistakes. But if you learn from them, you'll be a better person. It's about how you handle adversity, not how it affects you. The main thing is never quit, never quit, never quit by William J. Clinton.
Well, that's what you say when you cheat on your wife and you need people to believe that you're still a pretty good guy.
That's a good defense, Billy J.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That which doesn't kill us makes us stronger by Friedrich Nietzsche.
Yeah, I was talking to my son when I was disciplining him last, and he was like, "Dad, that hurts." And I was like, "Oh, it's supposed to. Like, you know, I'm spanking you, like, 'cause you did something wrong." And he's like, "Not this hard." And I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "You didn't have to use a vice to hold me in place."
No.
And I was like, well, what? You're gonna move, and you're gonna move. He's like, yeah, but why the wooden oar? And I was like, because this is the closest thing. I don't want to use my belt. I'm not a monster.
Right.
I'm just the superhuman. That's all. I don't do anything halfway. No, that's a better answer. I don't do anything halfway.
80% of success is showing up by Woody Allen.
Here's what I'll say. I had a precarious situation with a female person, and she just wanted me to get there, and I was like, what do you mean? So basically, we had relations, and
What?
Thank you, Woody Allen.
That's good, Willie Allen.
Woolly Allen.
Gosh, dude. No, I do. All right, so I got one more Reddit for you. If you could call upon a single animal at any time you wanted, what would it be?
Pepe Le Pew. He never has a girlfriend.
So you would fill that role?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am quite stunned at how quickly you had an answer prepared for that. But Pepe Le Pew, that's a good choice.
He's
I think
single.
It's great. And that's going to do it for us here at Don't Panic, the Bad Advice podcast. Chance, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Now, Chance, being the founder of Sounds of Satellites, you got your latest album, God in Quotes, available now. And tell us what's coming up for you.
We got a couple of shows this month. We're playing in Riverside at a place called Clash City Studios with a couple of artists, one of which his name is Koji and Allison Weiss, and that one's on October 1st.
Right on.
And just email us at soundsofsatellites@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. We'll get you tickets. And then we've got another one at Chain Reaction in Anaheim, California on the 11th of October. And that'll be a big show. A couple of cool bands playing Aviator, Rescuer, Seasons Change. So it should be a really good time. Beyond that, we're just playing and hoping that you guys like the album. Check it out on Bandcamp, iTunes, and yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, our intro and outro segments, those are graciously provided by Sounds of Satellites. That's off their song Stop Trusting Me from the album God in Quotes. Fantastic album.
That's a
love
true
it.
story. Well, that's our song. It's a true story. A fantastic album. I couldn't say if that's true or not because it's a matter of opinion, I guess.
It's a great album.
Thanks.
And that's the unanimous verdict.
Objectively speaking.
The objective and unanimous verdict of the United States is that it doesn't exist. because nobody knows about
Ah.
it. If we're going unanimous
The majority outweighs the
of
minority.
the United States of America, at least.
Hey, it's well known enough where our latest YouTube video of the podcast got flagged for content by CTP.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did not email them that you were using our stuff.
Yeah, I would recommend getting on that, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I won't
I don't
include
really
that
even
part.
know what goes into that. I'm
I don't
flattered
know.
that that would happen, though.
Right?
it's
That's kind of
nice.
cool. Also suck you.
You know, you're getting you're getting recognized, like it or not.
Hey, if you're gonna use the F word, go for the gold, all right?
Absolutely. And so thanks again for being on the podcast, dude. We love you, and we can't wait to get more guests on the show. We'll tell you guys, let you know what's coming up. If you've got a project going on, or if you're an artist, or you've got something, a business to promote, and you want to be a part of this, send us an email. Send us an email at askdon'tpanic@gmail.com. Chris and I will talk. Maybe we'll consider you for a guest segment. We already have a list of people that we really want to reach out to. And we're really excited for the things to come. So again, askdon'tpanic@gmail.com. Email us your questions. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Tumblr. In fact, that's where we update the most. That along with our Facebook. And also, we got our podcast going. There's a very creative way to subscribe to the podcast at the moment. Still working on iTunes authorization because somehow it got messed up the first time. Not my fault. Deal with it, iTunes. And yeah, so again, Ask Don't Panic. You can find us on any of those social media platforms I already mentioned. And so, yeah, how about we end with a tweet, guys? Guys want to end with a tweet?
Let's end with a nice tweet.
A little
Okay.
tweety.
Bookie Boo or at King Malaysia said, "Can you be in love with two people? Question marks, exclamation marks. Hashtag need advice. Chance, got any advice for this lady in need?
If Alec Baldwin taught me anything, it's this. It's that you can definitely spend enough money on one person to afford another.
So really, it comes down to economic status, whether you can love more than one person.
I mean, it's like what I'm trying to say is that like if you spend enough money on a person, then that person will probably want to have and own their own person at some point or another.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can fall in love with that person too. So it's very possible.
Incredibly possible.
sounds like a win-win.
And I should be clear, Alec Baldwin didn't do that. He had a friend. He had a friend that happened. to.
Right. Yeah, he was a friend.
He was a friend of his.
Joe.
I'm the friend.
Well, that's going to do it for us for our third episode here at Don't Panic. Please, once again, email us your questions or social media us. We are up there and running, and we're excited to receive your questions.
Oh, yeah. Thanks again. Thanks, as always, for tuning in. We just love you guys. You're the best. Our Facebook following's growing. Tumblr's growing. And you know what? You guys just have an excellent day. Love you all. And don't panic. We got you covered.